Anthony, you're one of the funniest dudes I know, and you're quick, and you and Jordan remind me very much of one another, and not just because you're like offensive lineman builds. And I always like, yeah, I always thought you would be a guy who would have, a great opportunity at success in Hollywood, but like that's probably not a move you can make when you got 6 mouths to feed.
Yeah, no.
Have you ever thought about it? I know you kind of.
I have thought about it, but like, there's not in my mind. There's not a lot of parts for 6'7", 350. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude,
you don't need there to be a lot of parts.
You don't.
You know what the thing about that is though? When they need a 6'7", 350, it's really hard to find.
Yep.
Those are the casting calls that go worldwide.
Yep.
You can just call me at the house.
It's like, in that case, why do I got to move?
I was here the whole time.
Yeah, I've been here waiting on y'all.
Right.
Call me.
Dude, you could book one show, do 12 seasons, go back and buy Opie, bro.
Probably true.
I mean, honestly.
I would buy the chicken house, to be honest.
There you go.
Free, every time I come, just give me a burger. Like, legit, I was so excited about eating there the other day that I ordered a half a chicken. And I was like, I might eat a whole chicken in this place right now. And then about 3 hours later, I realized how much a mistake that half a chicken was, because my stomach was hurting, boy. I ate a half a chicken, a whole thing of onion rings, a half a thing of fried, like everything was fried. I had fried hash browns with gravy on it. I had some fried cauliflower with cheese, applesauce and cottage cheese, some rolls.
In completely unrelated news, how is your pre-diabetes doing?
Oh, that's way past pre-diabetes, my guy. Did you just not hear me say what I was eating? Bro, that's full blown. That's stage 2. I am type 2.
Serious question on that, though. There have been some articles and some studies that have come out in recent years, and both of you can probably speak on this, being that you were competitive offensive linemen. They've talked about how to be a force in that position, like you have to stay heavy. And then they talk about how bad that is for your health down the line, because A, it's either really hard to get the weight off, or B, the damage is already done. How have you both experienced that?
I'm jealous. I'll be honest. Like, most of the guys I played ball with, except for Fat Ball and Hanson, everybody else is skinny now. I see they got 6-packs. I'm like, only 6-pack I got is in the fridge. Like, it's not fair. Everybody's skinny. And so, like, some of my diabetes is attributed to me being as big as I was, as long as I was, And there was a point in my life where, like, I cared what I looked like. So, like, I'd get up at 4 a.m, go work out for 2 hours, ride the bike, then come home, shower up, take my kids to school, go work a school day, go to practice. And, like, I got down to, like, 315, and I was looking nice. Yeah. Then I realized I've been married for 18 years. What does this matter? Like,
who am I doing this for?
Yeah.
I already don't sleep enough.
Yeah, for real.
Before the 4 a.m. wake up call.
I kind of just let myself just go, and I got up to about 390-ish, and I was like, my doctor was like, my numbers were too high. And she was like, hey, we got to make a change. And I was like, you are right. Let's do this. So I'm on a new pill. I've lost about 30 pounds. I'm down about 345.
Dexatrim?
No, it's Janumet, which is a different – I was taking just straight metformin, but now I take Janumet. I also take Lexapro now, because apparently I was having some issues with, like, my children would get on my nerves, and, like, I'd, like, want to blow up for no reason, or, like, I come home and I just wanted to have a better relationship with my family and not be in such a bad mood. So I told the doctor, and they put me on a pill for it. And, like, even my kids have noticed, like, yeah, you're more fun to be around. Something is getting cured. That's how I'm making my money. I'll tell you the reason why I have 6 kids. The reason I have so many is that's my retirement plan. One of them has got to be successful in something.
Sure.
You feel me? And they might not like me, but they love their mama, and she loves me, so I'm with them.
There you go, yeah. That's a percentage right there.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
What about you, Jordan?
Oh no, dude! I've a lot of what Anthony just said, man. Being large for so long, and that, like I said, I had the thought that I was gonna play ball, really the dream for so long, and now that I'm older and not wanting to have a lot of problems later on, it's difficult, man, because you're large your whole life, and you have the relationship with food that you have your whole life. So like now, as an older person, wanting to and needing to change those things and making strides to change those things, it's hard, man. But it's something I know I have to do to somewhat ensure that I'll be around. Because like
I
I'll
feel
joke, yeah, I'll joke with, and you I mean, hell, you got uh more reason than me not to say, but having kids and all that stuff, and that's something that I want to do. But yeah, dude, it's difficult, man. It's difficult.
that is a
Mhm.
poignant thing to say, because like the
Yeah.
being around thing, my oldest is 16,
Hmm.
my youngest bio kid is 9, and
Hmm.
then it's like we're starting over because we got a 1 and a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So like I'm thinking, okay, in 20 years when my youngest is 21,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be 60. My oldest is gonna be 36.
Yeah,
Like I want to be around for that.
for sure.
I want to be there for this.
Yeah,
So
man.
like trying to make sure I take care of myself. And Lacey, my wife, is really, really good about trying to make sure I take care of myself.
Yeah.
Like,
This is
hey,
this
let's
is
go
the
for a
nights we
walk.
don't go to the Opie Chicken House, right?
No, for real. Listen,
Yeah.
after that, after we were driving back home from Opie, that's about a 2-hour drive. And she's like, so are we just ditching the diet? And I was like, no. It's just, that's my cheat day. She's
Right.
like,
Right.
that's enough for a cheat week. It's
Right.
like, well, I love
Yeah,
you.
man. And it's like you don't even know that you have bad habits.
No, for
Like
real.
I thought, like I started doing Noom. Shout out to Noom if y'all want to pay us. We gave out our Venmos a little while ago. Not that they were Venmos, but
Is that how sponsorships work on podcasts?
yeah, you just gotta shout them out, and they're like, oh, there it is. They
We
got
is good at sponsors.
yeah, we as good as sponsors help us out, and they got like a Google alert set up. But yeah, man, just like the psychology of it, and me thinking of like, okay, you eat too much. Why do you do that? And they like asked me that question on the app, and I was like, well, because I'm big. I'm a big dude, and I feel like I won't be full if I don't eat a lot of food. And wait, I'm big because I eat a lot of food? The fuck? I'm fat because I'm fat? Like, wait, what? I came to the realization. I was like, damn, I didn't realize that.
It's
So,
cyclical.
right, man. And
It
people think
is.
like with the wanting to be around thing, like I'll just say things bluntly to people because it's like I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. And they're like, oh, okay, so you're trying to eat healthy. Like, what's going on? You trying to lose weight? I was like, yeah, I don't want to die early. So I'm working on that. And they're like, ha ha ha, that's crazy. I'm like, nah, that's
No, that's
That's
true.
real.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
real.
People, yeah. Especially in Western culture, we're so uncomfortable talking about death, and
Happens
let's
to
be
everyone.
honest. Yeah, nobody gets out alive, right?
yeah,
Father
nobody
Time is
makes it to the end of
undefeated.
this movie. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, for real.
But I think that's we could get into a whole greater conversation about religion, and one of the reasons I think religion is still a thing is because people don't feel comfortable talking about death, so they need a coping mechanism, and that's the big cornerstone of why religion has continued to be such a thing in the world.
Yeah,
I
you want
used to tell
somebody to,
people I'd equate it to you if you look at dogs, like we're dog lovers in my house, big dogs usually don't last that long. Like there's so many issues and they die early because it takes forever for the body has to work extra hard and all that. So like, I used to joke because our center used to say that he was only going to live to he was 55. He was going to clock out.
You talking about Andy Banstra?
Oh yeah, old Banstra.
I'm surprised he'd even say 55.
I know, right?
The tank himself.
All the things he's done to his body. Anyway, I equate it that way. Like I used to tell people, look, like big dogs don't live a long life. They have a good life, but they don't live all that long. So like I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to make sure I'm there for my kids, my two youngest, so that they can have they don't have to go through trauma anymore, you know?
Dude. Same here, man. It's not even about me and or my fears. Whenever I think about it, I automatically think about my family. And especially with my family being or going through what we've gone through as far as death. Because like so many people have died in my family since I was 6. So like I know what that's like. I've been in those shoes of like, oh well, he's going to a better place, or like being in the hospital, like when things are already past the point of no return, and people being like, oh, he gonna be all right. He gonna outlive all of us, and I'm like, well, shit, okay, that's not gonna happen. So like, just I think about my family and putting them through that, and that's one of the biggest reasons for me why I'm like, man, yeah, I gotta get this off so I can last.
That is good.